time.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Underestimated Podcast. It is your host, Jeremy Orr, back with another episode. And today we have a very exciting guest. I think this is my first interview that I've done in quite a minute, so this is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what our guest, Nathan Chavarria, has in store for us today. So you kind of want to introduce yourself before we get into it?
Yeah. I'm Nathan Chavarria Byrne from Beaufort, South Carolina. I currently
Yes,
attend
sir.
Ohio University. Long way from home. It's a big change. Club football, play club football. We won the national championship earlier this year. We beat Coppin State 29-6, I think. It was a I don't know. We just had went in there, handled business. It was a great experience. So yeah.
Yeah, local kid. And I don't know if you ever heard of Estel.
Estel? Yeah, I think I stopped. I know the Estel, like the high school Estel, because I
Mhm.
remember we had to stop there when I was playing at Battery Creek.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. That's
Oh,
that's that's
nice.
hometown for me. So definitely love that, you're local and you're doing big things. That's always what I love to see. So, and we're gonna dive right into it. So my first question for you would be, what would you say your journey was like, going from Battery Creek High School to now Ohio State University?
It was definitely a big change. Growing up, I've played football my whole life. My earliest memory, I've always had a football in my hand. So going from Creek, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not a good football program. They've had coaches coming in and out. It's just never been a good program. My senior year, I actually transferred to Beaufort Academy for a
Mhm.
year. And that was a great experience. I like I say, Creek made me hate football, but
Mhm.
I was not enjoying it. I didn't enjoy losing. I went 0-10 my junior year at Creek. Um, so transferring before that, going to BA, actually a story I like to say that kind of perfectly describes Creek's coaching staff in a way.
Mhm.
Not to say anything bad about them, but my going to my senior year, the defense coordinator at the time would not let me touch the ball on defense at all. Not during practice, not during scout team, not during anything. I transfer over to Bedford Academy. I finished, I think, the season with 61 solo tackles. I was almost top 100 in South Carolina tackles as a nose guard. So that's why I kind of like to say that I always thought that Creek has good players. I just don't think they're ever really utilized. My good friend Jordan Washington is a very good example of that. One of the best players I've ever played with. Good guy. Just I thought he personally could have gone Division 2, Division 1 level, but I don't think the coaches really helped him like they should have. Um, but going to BA, I love that program. It's like it's everyone's it's really tight. Everyone gels well with each other. Normally with teams I've been a part of, it's always you got your skill players and you got your line, and they kind of just do their own thing. But at Beaufort Academy, everyone gels each other. Coach Shuford runs a great program over there. They had a great season up until Carlton Prep. I was watching their season a little bit. They had a great season. So then going to coming from Ohio State, Buford, it's triple population here from going to Buford from Ohio State. So the campus is huge. It's so nice. I like the snow, so it's definitely a change of pace from being really cold from going from the Buford weather that we know.
Yeah, I bet.
So going from the Buford weather to this was a big change of pace. But other than that, I've loved it here. Everyone's really nice. Everyone gets along. The Midwestern niceness is not like just something people say. Everyone's been really nice to me. I'm friends with everyone on my hall. It's a really nice experience.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah, it was definitely eye-opening to me to see that somebody local from here, because we don't usually we get like the here and there, we get the South Carolina people and the Clemson people and maybe some coastal Carolina here and there, but man, Ohio State, from Buford, you know, that's huge. So that was an eye-opener to me.
I met one other person, and it was the first week I was here. He's wearing a Gamecocks, and we were talking. He said, "Yeah, oh, yeah, I went to May Rivers." Like, so we just kind of caught up a little bit on just South
Okay.
Carolina in general. I don't meet a lot of South Carolina people here, but when I do, I always make sure I try and talk to them. It's nice to like feel like you're close to home.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, This second question I got is a really good one, so I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna go with, how would you describe the culture and competitiveness of club football at Ohio State?
There's a saying my friend told me about the best thing that NCFA could get was losing is if Coach Rega just stopped. Grega, genius. His offensive mind, I've never been in a playbook like his. He's an RPO guy, just likes quick passes, and it works. This year we're very competitive. My Cameron Fries, who was my captain for the year, senior, he told me first day of practice, he said the hardest team you're gonna play is every practice because their defense is insane. Just gonna shout out a couple guys: Trey Jones, current NCFA sack leader. Matt Humphreys was a Francis Maroon starting defensive tackle. Just injuries caught up to him, but he played for us. Almost broke the sack record in 8 games. He's
Okay.
insane. He's incredible. I've never played anyone like him. Uh, Elijah Loudon, great defensive end. He has insane reach that he just utilizes, but the competitiveness is always there. In and out of practice, we're just going at it. Practice matters more than anything else to us because it's the best competition we have. First game was actually a week number ranked number one, ranked number two matchup for us, and we absolutely dominated them. And I was in the game. I was like, this is what I was practicing for. Like it was insane. Nothing shade against George Mason's program, but we were ranked. We had a survey between between like coaches and alumni and everything, and we were ranked the hardest team to play of all time.
Wow.
So it's amazing. Just super competitive and also competitive. Like you know you're gonna win. Like every single game, we knew like okay, we're probably gonna handle business and stuff like that. Teams just don't like us to play. But I personally no complaints about winning all those games. It was felt like a great change of pace from going from the Battery Creek days, from not winning any games to winning a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense 'cause I know the standard up there, especially when you talk about, what Ryan Day and his crew has going on over there at Ohio State. It's just like I would imagine that the standard that you guys have set is not very far from what they have set over there. So,
Actually, I'll be right. We actually get a lot of hand-me-downs from the football team.
mhm.
So yeah, actually, so these are like we actually use the game-worn like practice jerseys that Ohio State actually has as like hand-me-downs.
Oh, wow.
We actually, I don't know if you know about the black stripe that Ohio State does. Um,
I'm not fully aware, but tell us about it. Tell us.
So Ohio State, the Division 1 team, we like to say we're kind of like a JV team to them.
Okay.
But what they do is the black stripe alert, and that
Okay.
means if you lose your black stripe, you're like on the team. You've earned your place. So we kind of do the same thing like that, where all the freshmen have to earn their practice jersey number. So going into it, you'll get a blank red jersey, and
Mhm.
when you earn it, you finally earn your practice jersey. It actually took me quite a few wild times to get this. So just like to say the competitiveness and like you want to do better. You want to lose your jersey number as fast as you can, just in and out every day like that. I actually
That's
did
awesome.
we're kind of on a streak right now, I'd say. Every single year so far, we've had a player elevated. I didn't meet the other guy, but he's currently they're saying he's gonna play tight end, offensive line a little bit. Another guy's also playing offensive line, and Haynes, I haven't really met them because they were before my time,
Mhm.
but all those guys are currently on the Ohio State roster, and actually were on the national championship team from last year, where they actually had the rings, so they came by and showed us all the rings, the Rose Bowl national championship, Cotton Bowl
Mhm.
ring. It was really cool to see. It was awesome.
Yeah, I actually, when I was doing my research about club football in Ohio State specifically, I was like, okay, well, some of these guys are actually getting elevated to the big team, and I was like, man, if that could happen for you, that'd be amazing to
Yeah,
see you out there,
that's
with those guys, because they got some studs over there, and they're gonna only, have them for years to come. So definitely, when if you get that opportunity, you'll definitely be surrounded by a bunch of guys that'll be, just all out freakish athletes. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go here. What's the biggest difference to you that you'd say um you would distinguish between high school football and now college club football?
the biggest thing. I guess the community. It's a
Okay.
strange one. At high school, all your guys are just kind of get through high school. But in college, these are guys with different majors, and everyone kind of helps each other. Like we talk about our classes and stuff
Hmm.
while we're there. So it's definitely I'd say it's a little different. The definitely the skill is hugely different by there. These are a lot of guys in college that just wanted to focus on their education. We had a lineman last year, Zach Davis. After his game, got offered like a PWO spot at Toledo to finish his senior year out. Senior year out. So really cool. But the biggest change of pace is probably just the skill level. Like I said, Matt Humphreys, Francis Maroon.
Mhm.
Going into club, I thought, okay, I'll probably start. Be one of the better players on the team. Line up against Matt Humphreys' first play, and I ended up on all four on the ground, and he blows by me in 2 seconds. I was like, what did he just hit me with? So definitely a change of skill. Skill is definitely the biggest thing right there.
Wow. Um, let's see here. How do you balance academics with football and your personal life now that you're, in your freshman year at Ohio State?
Um, so it was difficult at first, definitely, because practice times, because we have to request practice times. Practice at actually at Lincoln Tower Park and play at Lincoln Tower Park, so we
Okay.
play literally right in front of the stadium. So it's always really cool. It's kind of funny actually, because like I said, nobody likes us, but when they always come, I always see them recording the stadium and taking pictures around.
Hmm.
So it's a really cool experience, being in front of that. So we had some late practice. Like Thursday's our worst day. We
Okay.
had practice from 9 to 11 p.m. and I
Wow.
have class at 9 a.m. on Friday. So it was definitely rough. But I'd say you always find time in college. In high school, I personally think college is set up better than high school is. In high school, you have 5 classes a day, you have practice, and you don't get home till 9. You have to finish all the homework for the day, and then you wake up, do it all over again. College, you have time to do your classes. Like you're a full-time student now, so your biggest priority is your schoolwork, and you'll have time to do all of your assignments. That was the biggest change I think I experienced going from high school to college. Because at college, like you're kind of being scared straight, basically. And they're like, you're gonna be panicking with your assignments, you're gonna be drowning in assignments, you're drowning in schoolwork. And I got here, I'm like, I have time to do my work now. I take my time with assignments. I don't have to rush through every assignment and just hope that I finish in a time. You have your time, plenty of time. The classes are great. You like walking around the campus. I like walking around. I like how my schedule's set up. I can walk around campus, get a good view of things. We have dining halls all over the place. So, yeah, so I went a little off like the question, but I just kind of wanted to mention that.
It's fine. It's all good. So what would you say motivates you to kind of just keep grinding even without the necessary sort of spotlight of varsity, college football?
It's definitely hard when I have to tell people I'm a club football athlete. They're like, "Oh wait, you're on the football team?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." Uh,
Not
I
yet. Not yet.
Not yet, hopefully. But it doesn't. You love football. I've loved football my whole life, and that's what motivates me. My dad played football. I wear 77 because my dad wore in high school, so it's a family number. And every time I go out there, I'm just like I do this because little me, like I think of kid me. I've always been an Ohio State fan ever since I growing up. I always want to play. Closest thing I've gotten to it. Maybe eventually go to the team, but putting on the stripe and the jersey and playing for Ohio State, that's my dream. And I always think I don't want to go to practice, or I just want to, just like, oh, I can go tomorrow. I just think to myself like I would little me would slap me in the face and say go to practice because you're doing what you've always wanted to do, and that's play football at Ohio State. At the end of the day, that's what we're doing, just playing football at Ohio State.
That's awesome, man. That's truly awesome. Um, let's see here. I mean, obviously it's easy, to say with you winning the national championship that let alone could be your favorite moment. But I mean, I know you go through a lot in the course of a season. So do you have like a favorite moment or a play from that championship season this season where it kind of just like stands out to you?
Um, Probably one of my favorite moments was after we won the conference championship game.
Hmm.
Um, I never won medals or like trophies. The most biggest thing I won was eighth grade championship that we it was due to COVID, and no, we lost every regular season game, made the playoffs, and won the championship. Shout out to Maury Bonds. But we have it actually in my medals right there. Um, so and even in my All American game, I didn't even win. We got blown out. We got blown out of the water. Um, but when we won the conference championship game, how they handled it was insane to me. Tyler, our captain and president at the time, grabs the trophy and says, "We don't care," and gives it back. And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, I've never won anything. Let me have this, please." So
Wow.
just it was that's it's probably one of my favorite memories to show like how well and like how badly we want to win on Ohio State that we just didn't even care about a conference championship game. Most of these teams would kill for a conference championship game, and we just consider it like it's a quota that we have to meet. It's mandatory. We have to win the conference championship game. It's not like okay, hopefully we can. It's like we must. There's no way we don't.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of my favorite memories. And of course, hosting the trophy. Actually, our offensive line, our starting guy, Daniel Danny Stank, love Danny Stank, went down with like a leg bruise at in the third quarter, I'd say.
Okay.
So they had to bring me in. So I get out there on the field. I make a blitz pickup, probably the best blitz pickup I've ever had in my life. Pick it up. We score a touchdown, and that kind of was a dagger in the game. And that's also one of my favorite memories, I'd say.
That's awesome, man. That's sort of like a movie scene sort of like
Yeah,
thing, you know,
it
star
is.
guy gets hurt and you got the freshman coming in and he makes the play to sort of end everything. So that's awesome. Um, let's take it a step further. I'm gonna go with this question. What did it mean to you to be a part of a championship winning team in 2025?
It meant so much to me. Like I said, I was never even honestly even in Pee Wee I was on the winning teams. I was on the teams that would always lose or be bad, and I would always be one of the top tier. I'd always be one of the best players, I'd say.
Mhm.
And I won't too say too much on Creek. I thought I was one of the better players. I thought I should have got more playing time. I didn't like the line we had set up. Yeah, maybe I was right because I have my All American jersey hanging up right now, and I don't hear anyone coming from Creek. So same All American game. Patrick Holmes, Jeremiah Love, Cam Ward, all those guys played, and Christian McCaffrey all played in that All American game. So it was an honor to do that. But it meant a lot to me because while I was there, I was undersized. I never won any really football games, so it meant so much to me that I finally like I got to prove that I did this. Like I won a national championship. I was in and out. I was a second place. I was like I lost 2 votes to six man of the year. I I was in and out of the line. It meant so much to me come from how far I came from losing all these games to finally winning the big one, winning a collegiate national championship. So it was really good.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, so I know with with club football, it can be used as some guys as like a stepping stool to get to the varsity team, or maybe to get another school to look at you to go on their varsity team. But for you personally, what are your goals moving forward, both in football and outside of football?
One of my goals moving forward this season, I want to be captain. I'm kind of in
Okay.
position to be captain right now, I'd say. Being All American, that was one of my goals. I won a national championship and being All American, but I
Okay.
didn't get the second one. So my goal was then another national championship, being All American. I kind of want to stay. I kind of want to try it my junior year because by then I'll be the size I want to be. So hopefully get elevated. If I don't, I have no complaints about it. If I don't get elevated, um, so that's I'd say that's my goal right now. Win another national championship, be an All American. Um, Beach never. No one's ever gone triple in the NCFA history, so it'd be amazing to go triple. Um, yeah, I'd say those are probably my goals right now.
Okay. Anything maybe further on, like maybe after school or
After school, if I don't get what I want to do is commentary actually.
yeah, I like that
We
right
have
there.
these I'm part of SGSL Radio club
Okay.
broadcast team. Maybe I'm trying to get elevated to Big Ten actually next year if I
Okay.
can get it. So here's our credentials that we have. Just something I
Okay.
want to show. It's pretty nice. Commentating games is really fun. So I'd say if I don't have a job there, maybe try and play. We actually have a lot of guys playing overseas right now. I know one of the guys are actually like the starting quarterback for like I don't know if they're champions. I know they're a really good team, but he's
Mhm.
currently playing overseas. So really good for him. I'd say for football, maybe take me. Maybe I play overseas for a couple years. I wouldn't be against it to get to travel, but I'd say that'd probably be after school. Either do commentary or play overseas.
Yeah, I definitely love that you want to do commentary because it's not. I don't feel like there's not a lot of us in our generation at least that want to do that kind of stuff. I mean, like of course you got everybody who has a voice and everybody just coming out and saying this or that, but like actual intelligent people who actually know about what they're talking about and want to do this is not really much. So I'm glad that you want to do it because I'm obviously in that line of work too. So okay. Okay. It's my last question for you. If you could give advice to high school athletes or even below, who still want to play after they graduate, what would you tell them?
I'd say find a way. I had an offer from a D3 college that kind of would have paid for everything through
Hmm.
academics and to play D3 ball at kind of a no-name college. I'm not going to be rude about it, but it was a no-name college. It was Knox College University.
Okay.
Great coaches, by the way. They did a good job recruiting me. I was this close to going, or I could go to Ohio State. One of the like, if I have a diploma from Ohio State, I can kind of go anywhere I want in my
Okay.
life because everybody knows Ohio State, all of this. So when I was debating it, I was like, I can either play club football or I can go D3. And I picked club football because I focus on my education. If
Mhm.
you're not getting looks out of high school, I'm hate to break it to you, not gonna get you're probably not gonna go to the NFL. You're probably not gonna go to the league. So the second best opportunity is, still having the chance to play football.
Hmm.
I Not a lot of people know about club football. I can't blame them. I didn't. I had no idea about club football until like 2 days before I went. I saw a post saying Greg, too elevated. Actually, I forgot to mention this. We do actually have a player who plays in the NFL who was on club football. Actually,
Okay.
I forgot what his name was. He was on actually the Panthers' second string
Okay.
cornerback, I think. Did something to his knee. He's kind of bouncing around right now again, but apparently he was a crane athlete. I assume he was. Um, but just you gotta put your priorities straight. And high school, I would love to be in the NFL. I would love to, be a D1 athlete, walk around campus, all this. But yeah, keeping my mind straight, I'd recommend club football to anyone. It's a great experience. You get to be a football player, but you also get to be a like student, social, everything like that.
Hmm.
I would really recommend playing club football. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. I made so many friends. I go out on the campus all the time, say hi to everybody because they're club football players, or like
Hmm.
I know club football and I know club rugby. I know this and this and this. I always recommend club football to anybody. It's gonna suck because you were like, oh, I wish. But at the
Yeah.
end, you're playing football at your dream school. So I would recommend club football to anybody.
Um, yeah, well, that's all that I have for you. That seemed kind of quick, kind of short, but like I said, I didn't want to take up too much of your time anyway, so that's not a huge issue. Um,
Any other questions, please? I love talking about club football. It's one of the best decisions I made coming to Ohio State was joining that
hmm,
team.
see what else I got for you. I mean, those are all the ones that I had jotted down. I can always go off the dome. Man. Okay. What got you into the commentaries part of it?
Um, I've always, like, when you play football, you want to go and play in the NFL.
Hmm.
I say my NFL dreams died when I played against Elijah Griffin, number one recruit in the country. That's when my NFL dreams like, I probably won't be in the NFL. I didn't play against him, but I saw what he looked like. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm the same age and you're 6'6" and you bench 400 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm 6'2" and I'm not that strong. So maybe I should try and focus on something else. And that something else was commentary. I love it. You get the best of the world. You're talking in front of people. I'm a very social, outgoing person. I ask anybody. I'm an open book to anybody. So it blends with me so well.
Hmm.
You know, so commentary, I love it. I love going to the games. I love putting on the suit, going to these games, commentating. Sure,
Yep.
it's unpaid right now, but I'm getting experience and it's great. Commentating on like Ohio State hockey, or I commented on the wrestling meet when no, when Iowa was against Ohio State. It was a rematch of the national championship. Called, it was really good. commentary. It's I'd say like if you want to still be in sports, I'd say that's probably the dream job you can get. That isn't, being the athlete or, coach or something like that.
Yeah, that makes my heart happy because I kind of went through the same thing that you went through. Like I grew up every time that they asked what you want to be when you grew up, NBA player, NBA player, NBA player until I got to like I said I probably realized at like 13. I was like, you know what, dude? No, it ain't gonna happen. Just give it up. And then I came to the realization I was like, you know what? You love talking about it. You can make a lot of money doing
A lot
exactly
of money.
that.
You
So
get paid to travel. You'll get paid to travel around, commentate on these games, go to this. It seems like it's just a super fun job to have. I mean, I've always known my job was going to be around sports. I didn't know what it was to be, but
yeah.
I preferably this would be my favorite one if I can, make a genuine career out of this. My friend Emmett Morris, actually, very good commentator. Currently works for Big Ten Plus. Actually, he commentated he works a lot of the miscellaneous games, I would say, like the games,
Hmm.
you wouldn't see on streaming, but if you have Big Ten Plus, you could watch it.
Hmm.
He's been a commentator for 2 years, so he's really good at it. He's probably one of the best commentators I like work with. So he's always been a huge help to me. So shout out to him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I started out I think at the JUCO level when I was 17, 18, and then got to where I am now working at NCAA Division Two. So I mean it's working itself out, man. And then I get to also do things on the back end on the podcast, like interview great people like you. So it all works itself out. And it's just so many avenues that you can take, man. There's just so many ways you can go with this. Um and there's a place for everyone. I mean, nobody, I mean, you got your people in there who, maybe don't deserve, a mic at times,
Yeah,
but
I've
then again,
I've
it's the
I've
First
heard I've heard
Amendment.
some
So
takes, and I'm just sitting on I'm like I see the thing about Mendoza. Mendoza's never played any big games, and I'm like
yeah.
national championship, played against Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. I'm like numbering off I'm like, how do these guys have mics?
Yeah, yeah, it gets really, really bad. But hopefully, people like us and then, people following suit to us can sort of
Yeah.
change
Like I
sort
love
of
like
that
being from South
dynamic. So,
you being from South Carolina. It's awesome to see like people from small towns because South Carolina is a small place. It's not
yep.
big. Everyone knows us for North Carolina. It's just it's a small place, and I hope, and in my commentary, I hope I can inspire people like
Hmm.
from small towns who don't think they can do it. Go to the big college, do this. Coming to Ohio State was such a fresh. I had a fresh slate. Nobody knew me. Everybody knew me from Battery Creek. Everybody knew me from BA. Growing up, Riverview, all that. Everybody knew me. But coming to a town that was 10 hours drive away from, nobody knew who I was fresh slate. I made so many friends because they didn't think of me as the kid from Creek, the kid from BA. They just knew me as Nathan, and it was really good. It's
Yeah.
great. I always recommend out of state to anybody.
Yeah. I I wanted to do the same thing low key when because I've been so it sucks saying this after what happened yesterday, but I am a diehard Duke fan. I love Duke through and through, and that was always my dream school since I was like 7. Um, and technically that's out of state for us. I mean, it's North Carolina, so it's technically right up the road still, but it's still out of state for
North
us.
Carolina
So
isn't South Carolina, and I ain't making that argument like, oh wait, so like North Carolina? No, it's not the same. We're
yeah,
we're we're very two. We might be close, but we're two very different states.
yeah.
Actually, we were. I thought Duke had it in the bag, so I stopped watching, and I was running through Instagram, and I saw
Um,
Duke's coming back, and we were all playing pickleball on the courts, and
uh-huh.
we had a phone, and we just start after the half court buzzer beater. We get up screaming, like everybody's screaming, jumping, and everybody on the pickleball court just staring at us. And we're like, "You guys have no clue what just happened." It was insane, insane day. Heartbreaker for Duke though. Sorry about that, man.
It's all right. Like I'm so used to it now. It's like every
Yeah,
year we
Duke.
find
I was
another
in my
way.
head. I was like, Duke basketball classic right there.
Every year we find another way to just lose in a dramatic fashion. And it's like the crazy thing to me though, it's like once we turned the ball over, I just knew something was gonna happen. And what happens? Braylon Mullins from the logo, all net.
Should have just. I'm sorry, but in my mind, just take the foul. Just hold the ball.
Yeah, it just holds up. But I mean, then again. it is a freshman
Yeah,
making a
I get
very
why.
freshman-like mistake. So, you know, man, it's so much I could say about that game, but
Actually, yeah, college basketball is actually something I really just recently got into. I was never really a big basketball fan, but
Mhm.
um I got the tickets this year because my friend wanted to go, so I went. This is from the rushing this. We stormed the court this game. I don't have it with me, but I actually have the ticket still. When Bruce Thornton broke the Ohio State's record for most points in a
Uh-huh.
career. So that was really cool to go to. Even though we lost, I didn't think we would even make the tournament, so I was happy
Yeah.
we just made the dance. Even though we lost by, I don't like our bigs to say the least, and our bigs are the reason we lost the game. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. College basketball, it's so unique. It's like football, but just all the upsets just every week, like, wait, they're losing. Like college basketball, such a great experience. And then March
Yeah.
Madness comes around, and it's one of the best tournaments you could ever watch
Yeah.
because you have no clue what's going to happen. That your team that you followed all year and you had winning the whole tournament, they're down 16 points, and uh-oh. I know that's Siena a lot. I know the Siena game was sweating. We were sweating a lot.
I'm sweating every game. I'm sweating every single game. And it's like UConn, like UConn. Um, but it's gonna be
I mean,
interesting.
honestly, I mean, it was kind of decided whoever made it out of that East Division, considering how hard it was.
Hmm.
Ohio State, Michigan State, UConn, Duke. All these teams are just blue bloods, pure through and through. And honestly, I think probably UConn's going to win the championship now, considering that they survived the East. They've played the hardest competition. Whoever play, you keep playing competition that hard, that good. Iron sharpens iron. And honestly, I think right now UConn kind of takes it from where they're at right now. Just the teams they played. I mean, Illinois, they played Iowa. We beat Iowa. And we were an 8 seed. We beat Iowa. We and it was I don't think that I think that your competition you play in that tournament will sharpen you. And I think that they play the hardest competition. Whoever survived the East wins the tournament. I think UConn's just gonna take it home.
Yeah, I mean they've won the last two out of three. So I mean,
Yeah.
how can you really go against them? I personally think just what this season represents, I think that Michigan and Arizona have better teams constructed than UConn, but like you said, iron sharpens iron, and they have championship pedigree on that team and a championship pedigree like coach and Danny Hurley. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they won it. I would feel better if they won it because I mean, of course, you lose to the champion,
Yeah.
instead of you being like, oh, we lost to them, they didn't even win the whole thing. So, yeah, I would
I
feel better if we lost to the champion.
Oh, Michigan, Arizona. There's some good teams right there. I'm so excited for Final Four. It's gonna be a great time. Me and
I'm
my
not watching. I'm not watching. I'm all locked in on the girls now. I'm wearing the South Carolina girl shirt because I got all
great,
the faith in them now. So
great team. I don't know. Those UConn girls are almost just as good as the guys. I remember we played them week one, lost 70 points. Ohio State did, and Ohio State women's team placed sixth in the tournament.
yeah,
It's
they're really good. They shot a lot
that
of people
UConn
this year.
team is just insane.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's insane to see like such dominance and such was a long time, and especially in college basketball when
Hmm.
you have your blue bloods, but they always kind of rotate who's the powerhouse. I think UConn's like been the powerhouse for 20 years. I mean, South Carolina had their time, Iowa had their time, but UConn has always been the team through and through. Like if you
Yeah.
got
They've always been there. Yeah. Yeah, man. But it was great. I mean, it was great talking to you. I really
it.
appreciate you coming
Thank you
on.
so much. Thank you so much for having me on. Always like to help somebody out from South Carolina. It's
Yeah.
super cool. You're doing a good job. So thank you.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your day. If there's anything I can do for you, you let me know. It's never an issue. So I'll keep you updated on when this gets out. It's probably my intent is to get it out on Friday.
Friday. Okay.
So
I'll
Friday is
follow.
when I'm looking towards doing it. So I'll
Thank
keep
you
you
so much,
posted
man.
though, for sure.
Have a great day, man.
You too. Appreciate you.